How's it going, Jets fans? My name is Alex with my co-host here, Ryan Moran. Welcome to Fireside Jets. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe below. Daily content, training camp coming up, a lot of good stuff. We got you guys covered with everything. No need to worry about it. And today we want to discuss Mike LaFleur having some really interesting things to say about Zach Wilson, the differences between him during week 1 and week 17. Now, Mike LaFleur obviously is kind of building a more creative, dynamic offense. They've added some really good pieces to the puzzle here the last 2 years, like Elijah Vera Tucker. You got Michael Carter, you got Breece Hall now, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson. Honestly, the whole freaking offense is entire. I could just name 11 players, if not more than that, because there's so many good depth guys too. But Zach Wilson, man, like week 1 to week 17 look like two different players. And, before we dive into kind of what Mike LaFleur talked about, I want you guys to check out the clip that we're going to run right now.
When you look at Zach, what was the biggest difference between Zach in week 1 versus Zach week 17?
Just his command in the huddle, his command at the line of scrimmage, understanding that you don't have to look at that much in our system. It's I don't want to call it an easy system because nothing in the NFL is easy, but you don't have to make it any more complicated than it is. On first down, we go to where Braxton's our number 1 and Keelan's our number 2, and you can just see how comfortable he is. He's going through his progression. He's taking a 5-step drop. He's getting to the top. He's taking one hitch, and he is absolutely ripping this to Keelan. And if the defenders were a little bit further, he'd take another second hitch and get the ball right down to his shallow cross right here. This shows all of us that he is getting so much more comfortable in this offense, being able to rip that on first down, not worried about those underneath backers, knowing that his talent's going to take over. They're not in the right position. We got a go ball right here. This guy's off, so we're not doing it. Jameson's going to end up hooking up, and then we're going to have a through route and a crosser right here with a back finishing as our outlet. This is our number 1. If one's open, we throw it, period. And he says no to it. And then he goes through his progression and then tries to come back to it, and he comes to it late. And to the naked eye, you're like, how do you miss that throw? Well, he missed the throw because he tried coming back to something that he said no to. What was cool about it was this was play 13, and then play 29, we ran a similar play. We just motioned to it, and now Braxton's on it. And you can see right here, now he is going to just go through his progression. He learned from it on the sideline. Why did I get off this? Just get the ball to number 1, make my life easier. So that's just been a huge emphasis for us, not just from week 1 to 17, but all off season. How can we make life simpler? And when life is not simple, when I call a bad play, which I'll call a lot of bad plays, when the protection breaks down, now Zach, you go do you. You do whatever's the best thing for the Jets offense for that particular play.
So after watching this clip, Ryan, what are your impressions? What Mike LaFleur said, kind of mentioning how Zach just felt more comfortable in the offense. He was taking what the defenses were giving to him instead of, maybe looking at a target, a hot read, not taking it and then going back to it. Like there was one play in specific that they spoke about that Zach Wilson, the play was to go to the one receiver, to go to the first option, and he was open, didn't take it, went to another progression, then went back, and then that's why he missed that throw. And he was like, basically, he missed the throw, not because it was a bad read, but because he essentially skipped over that guy and then went back to him, and then it was too late. It was just too much pressure. But as the season went on, he started to get more comfortable and kind of got a better sense of the offense and just being comfortable with his skill set and really letting it rip and using his aggressiveness. So, like, what were your thoughts on what he had to say about it?
For sure. I think it's something LaFleur has spoken on throughout this offseason, just playing within the offense. It's a very quarterback-friendly system when you marry up the run and the play-action pass game and simplifying reads for Zach. Obviously, you're a first-year quarterback. There's going to be a lot of growth. There's going to be tough times, and there certainly were early in the season. And I think it's to be expected, just that comfortability, the confidence within the system and trusting what you're seeing. I think you saw Zach understand defenses and read coverages better, and it enables you to play a little bit faster. And I think even with that throw to Keelan Cole against that cover 3 look, ironically, Jordan Whitehead, now a Jet, I think you just see, Zach sees Berrios get picked up and he just knows to immediately let it go with where the linebackers' depth were. And I think that's just the type of stuff you expect from a young quarterback. And, when Zach mentally can understand things, you just see his pure arm talent on full display. And also that growth, like in that Saints game when, he said no to Crowder originally, goes back, misses the throw. They obviously called, a couple of sequences later, and you just see like this offense does enable you to just get the ball out, get the ball to playmakers in space, and let them really, help Zach grow here as we move forward.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, that whole kind of behind the scenes look of Mike LaFleur talking about Elijah Moore and Brees Hall and like kind of what they're bringing to this offense, Garrett Wilson as well, was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like Zach Wilson, yes, he's the guy that's going to make it all work. He's the one that is the catalyst for this offense to really operate at a high level. But you see the intricacies of Wilson and Moore specifically and how their route running is attacking specific things. And one thing I thought was really interesting was how Mike LaFleur mentioned Garrett Wilson specifically and how he dominated against press coverage at Ohio State at the collegiate level. And like not a lot of college receivers get pressed like that. And Garrett Wilson had a lot of reps in that category. And he mentions how, you know, the division, Miami, Buffalo, the Patriots, they love to play bump and run. They love to play press man coverage. And you have to be able to beat those, specifically Miami. They are a heavy cover one man coverage team. So, you know, when you have players like Garrett Wilson who can win off the line of scrimmage, it gives your offense so much more dynamic style and versatility with just success rate. You know, your success rate is going to be better. Elijah Moore, he spoke about how when he was running those routes downfield, he tries to make those routes look identical. That way the corners and the safeties don't know if he's going to break up on a go route or if he's going to go across the middle, if he's going to go backward. Like there's so many different things he can do if the route looks exactly the same every time. It's like almost like if you're a baseball pitcher, if your fastball looks like a fastball coming out of the hand, but then suddenly it's a slider and it's dipping out of the zone, opposing batters are going to have no idea what's coming. It's the same concept for football when it comes to just running routes that look identical, but the breaks are entirely different at the stem. So I do think that ultimately what Mike LaFleur is speaking about, Jets fans should be extremely excited about this because there's a lot to like. Zach Wilson, I think the confidence he has in his arm talent is going to take them really far. And one other thing I thought was really great, and I think you'll appreciate that, is that he was basically like, look, we want Zach Wilson to take what the defenses are giving him. We want him to take the easy yardage. But if the protection breaks down, if things go wayward, we want Zach to do what's best for the offense. We want him to throw the ball away if it's best, take a shot downfield, extend the play with his legs, you know, give him the you know, ability, the creativity to make those decisions on a whim. And I think that trust in your quarterback goes a long way. You look like Aaron Rodgers, like it takes time to get to perfect that. But once you've got it down and you feel confident in your abilities doing that, that's what separates good from great. Like look at Daniel Jones and the Giants. Jason Garrett was basically just robotically controlling Daniel Jones. They did not let him get creative. They did not let him do anything. And he ended up being a robot and making stupid decisions because he was always trying to play within the system and not do what was best for the offense at times. I love that Mike LaFleur is being kind of open and allowing Zach Wilson to take hold of this offense and be the leader. You know, how does that make you feel in terms of just the way that quarterbacks from the Jets have played in the past compared to now?
For sure. I think the first thing that you'll have to hear from LaFleur is, once again, he showed it all throughout last year, especially in the beginning of 2021 season, like just his accountability, his leadership. Like I'm going to call bad plays sometimes in which, you know, within the structure, things aren't always going to be there for Zach. And, you know, Zach has that innate ability to just extend, you know, out of structure, make things happen. He can deliver the ball with accuracy out of the pocket. He's got the strong arm and, you know, he's really tough to bring down in space as well. So I think just, you know, having that multiplicity to make plays within structure and growing in that sense within the system, understanding the why to the certain play calls and really where he just has to deliver the ball on time. And then also, you know, knowing that in his, you know, skill set, he can always get out of the pocket, you know, create big plays. I think it's just the best way to really allow him to be himself, you know, keep defenses off balance. And it's really what gives Zach such great potential to grow over time.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see. This is going to be a really fun season to watch. So many offensive weapons, a better offensive line. Zach Wilson coming into himself towards the end of the year, and they're, you know, added that 10 pounds of muscle mass. What is that going to do for him? Maybe help him set his foundation better, more accurate throws, better pocket passer. Like, we'll see. This is going to be fun. I'm excited, guys. I left your opinions below in the YouTube comments about Zach Wilson, about what Mike LaFleur had to say about this offense, and giving Zach a little bit more creativity and the ability to be flexible with the way that he's making plays after things break down and not, you know, just taking what defenses are giving him. It's really awesome. So love to hear this stuff. It's fun. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe as always. We'll catch you guys on the next Fireside Jets episode.